Hi, warrior friends. Nice to be with you today. You know, there comes a time in our life where we are just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's an important place to get to. When we realize that we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, it's super important, instead of going into a deep depression, that we put ourselves first and we make changes, okay? If we just keep in the same relationship, if we just keep in the same cycle in life, and we are just going through life saying, I'm so sick of this, I'm so sick of this, I want to get out of this, and we never do it, what's going to change? What's the point of even saying, I'm so sick of this? What are you going to do about it, right? Right? So there comes a point in time where we have to make a choice, and being sick and tired of being sick and tired is a very good place to come to, because that is a place where you can say, enough, I'm done. You know what? This is hurting me. Whatever it is, this is hurting me. This is actually hurting me. And you may not understand why. You may not understand every dynamic that's happening that's hurting you. But I want to tell you, if it's hurting you, you can figure that stuff out later and just get out now. Make a new choice for your life, friends. Okay, staying in the same situation and trying to figure it out, twisting yourself in knots to work it out, doing whatever you can, listening to your friends that say just pray harder, or maybe your pastor, just pray harder. Friends, nothing is going to change. You're in a situation that is hurting you, and it's not going to change. And I just encourage you to love yourself enough, maybe for the first time in your life, to draw the line and say enough. You know what? Maybe you say, I don't know what's going to happen here. As far as when I make my decision to end this, I don't know what life is going to be like, but I know I can't live this life anymore. It is extremely important. Okay? Now, once you do that, a lot of things blow up, okay? But you know what's more amazing? Yes, you're going to have to deal with a bunch of toxic people getting really mad at you. You're going to have to feel like you're ripping yourself out of a situation. You're going to have to go into the deep waters with the Lord, the unknown, the place where you've never been there before, but you got to go, right? Yes, and that's hard, but it is so empowering. It is so worth it. You are going to see a whole brand new life. And guess what? You're going to realize that instead of you being a victim, you're a warrior. Listen, there are circumstances in life where we are true victims, right? Drive-by shootings. You couldn't have helped that. God forbid somebody attacks you. You can't help that. But when it comes to relationships and being with people, we can be a victim of being tricked, right? But when it comes to staying, that's our choice, okay? And we really need to own that. It's not our fault that we were tricked. It's not our fault that we were raised by parents who didn't teach us how to protect ourselves, how to process our emotions. They didn't model to us healthy relationships. That's not our fault. It's not our fault we fell into the pattern of what we only know. But there comes a time in life where it's time to choose to learn, okay? It's time to choose to get ourselves out of situations that are hurting us emotionally, mentally, psychologically, physically, okay? And it's time to parent ourselves. It's time to learn, what did I miss out on? Obviously, things aren't okay. So I have a video called The Common Denominator. Please watch that. This is such a huge step to healing and growth. We can get out of an abusive situation and still keep abusing ourselves. We need to spend time learning about disorders. We should have been taught this some way or another when we were younger, how to keep ourselves safe, because there's people out there that aren't right in the head. And this is what happens. This is how they pressure you. These are the situations you might get into. But people didn't teach us that. Well, guess what? We just had real life happen. We've had real life happen and we've learned. So to learn more about those kind of people, personality disorder people, it's super important. But that can't be our only focus. That's going to keep us stuck. If all we do is listen to narcissistic videos all day, videos about narcissism, narcissistic people, we need to learn this stuff. But that's not the only thing we should be learning about. We got to learn about, we have to know that, so we know how to recognize these people, because they don't just come in the form that you've experienced. They come in many different forms, right? We have to know what the Word says about our identity. What does God say? What is the fruit of the Spirit? What is fruit of evil? We have to be able to discern this and really remember what that is. We have to be able to learn what a healthy relationship looks like. That can boggle your brain for days if you've never been in one. But we have to learn about it, right? We have to learn, what is a healthy response to somebody who's being toxic? Okay, what does it look like when I'm being toxic? What are those feelings I'm having? We need to learn how to feel our feelings and process them, right? We have so much to learn. We have so much to learn. And I promise you, it's hard to get out. It's hard to get out of a toxic relationship because we have a people addiction. Even though they're killing us inside, we feel like we can't be alone, right? And we may just call it, oh, I have so much love to give. Oh, I will change them by showing them love. That's what I always needed. It's all toxic. We need to learn why. Why is that toxic, and why am I doing that? And that will take you on a journey to your past. It'll take you back to the beginning of what you missed out on in your parenting when you were a child. And it will teach you, you will start learning what you needed to know back then. You can learn it now. But if you stay in your relationship, nothing's going to change. If you get out of toxic situations and you don't make yourself work through the pain of what I call the black hole pit inside of you, that it feels like you're just scrambling for survival emotionally and you're just bottoming out. If you don't work through that and comfort yourself and process your emotions, maybe get some therapy to figure it out, life's never going to change. Okay? It's not easy getting out of these situations, but how can it be, But it's going to kill you to stay. And there is a lot of support for you in this day and age to get out and then to be around people who can help you. There's a lot of free support. It's okay to use groups for a while, especially a right kind of group to lean on, to say, hey, I'm struggling today. I'm going through the intense pain part of this. I'm ripping myself out of my reality I've only ever known that is killing me, and I have to make a change, and I just need somebody to pray for me. You will get through that, okay? That will just be a period of time. And what you will find is you'll start creating your life. You'll start having joy. You'll start having peace. You'll start getting to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like. People that make you feel good, people who don't make you feel good. You'll start feeling your intuition, your gut feeling, God's voice. Okay? So I encourage you, if you're at a place where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and a change needs to happen, well, a change does need to happen, and it is time. Do not kill yourself anymore in this. Come on, let's be brave. Let's make the next step. Let's step into the deep water with God. Let's watch Him. Friends, being in a toxic relationship is not walking toward the Lord. It's walking away. And you will, in a lot of the emptiness you're feeling is from hanging out with the devil. Okay? People who aren't good for you are not from the Lord. He may have allowed them to be in your life, but that's to bring you to Him. Okay? I talk a lot about how good and evil, light and dark, it is truly a blessing to know the reality of this world. It is a huge slap in the face to wake up to it. But I promise you also, knowing this information, okay, knowing the reality about people, knowing good and evil, because you've been with evil, it's time to make a good life within yourself. You get to create it with God. Knowing this information is truly a blessing. We need to get out of fantasy land. We need to get out of bad programming, inappropriate programming from childhood, and start learning what is good and what is right. Okay, we need to start taking actions on being sick and tired of being sick and tired and figuring this out. And I encourage you to do that. If there's a video you'd like me to make, a topic you'd like me to talk more on, please feel free to email me at besetfreefromabuse@gmail.com, and I will do that. I'm taking a life coach course, and as soon as I'm feeling confident to start talking to people, I'll offer that as well. It's going to be really cheap at first. Okay, so anyways, please, today can be a brand new day of brand new choices. What choices do you need to make? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Let's do this. Let's make a new choice today. Let's start making new plans. Let's start this. It's time. Okay, talk to you soon.